And we're back. Third video for Tebows Heart Bradys hair. And a little bit of a different scenery this week. Forgive the noise. My family is in the other room watching the new Spider-Verse movie with one of Jude's friends. So, as always, let's talk about last week. Jude is now beating me in wins for predictions. He is ahead 5-3. I got 2 right last week. He got 3 right last week. So I got to try and catch up. So here we go. Let's talk about some standings. I am still at the top of the league at 3-1. The reason I'm at the top of the league at 3-1 is because I have scored 462.2 points, which is about close to 30 ahead of the next person. So it's me at the top, and then Bill bringing us up in second, with Sherry in third, Jeff in fourth, Todd in fifth. Yeah, so me, Sherry, and Bill are all at 3-1. Jeff is next in fourth with Todd, Iroquois, Josh, and Scott all at 2-2. Ross Kagi Clan is in ninth at 1-3, and Tomahawks is 0-4 in last. All right, so let's talk about where things went wrong last week. All right, so last week, figure out how to pull this up because I did not do any preparation for this because I'm going on the fly. So I ended up beating Kirk last week. I should have played Justin Fields. I wish I would have had David Montgomery in. I might have set some scoring records last week if I would have had those two in, but I still managed to pull it out. Thanks to Christian McCaffrey going absolutely nuts. Thank goodness I needed that. Najee Harris chipped in a little bit, so I pulled it out. It was still a good week for Kirk. 96 points, it's nothing to sneeze at, but just wasn't enough. All right, next matchup. We had Bill versus Scott, and Bill ended up pulling it out by 13 points. Not bad. Josh Allen did well. Oh, Josh Allen did really well. 49.5 points. That's what Scott couldn't come back from. Yeah, Brandon Ayuk another 15.8, but the Steelers D -5 point. That's about the lowest I've ever seen for a defense. Helps Bill 1 week, and a couple weeks later they hurt him with -5. So, ouch. I don't know why Scott is still playing Trevor Lawrence. There's got to be somebody else out there. Yeah, Javonte Williams got hurt too, so that screwed him. Yeah. Hey, at least Mark Andrews is starting to come around. Thank goodness. Hopefully Scott has a better week coming up. All right. And then we have the cat fight, and Sherry ended up coming out on top, which I did not see happening, but Tua did not have the day that I predicted either. Neither did Patrick Mahomes, really. Yeah, Tua did end up beating Patrick Mahomes by 3 points, like I said, but it just wasn't wide enough margin. Josh Jacobs ended up doing almost 20 points. It's a good day for Jacobs. The Cowboys defense, that's what did it for Sherry. The Cowboys D. Puka for Gina had a nice game. Derrick Henry had a really nice game. Deebo Samuel did terrible, as well as George Kittle. Yeah, all the points went to my boy McCaffrey. Looks like the 49ers are pretty well. Well, Pollard didn't do great either, 6 points. Rough one for Gina there. A lot of things could have went her way. All right, so Detonator versus Josh. Detonator ended up pulling it out. Let's see, where did it go wrong? Oh, that's right. Jordan Love started out not good for Josh, and James Conner did next to nothing. Devontae Adams didn't do what he usually does. Pat Fryermuth. I believe he got injured that game. He almost did nothing. Then on the other side, Herbert for Detonator got about what you want from a quarterback, almost 26 points. Aaron Jones did nothing. Khalil Herbert ended up having a nice day finally. A.J. Brown went nuts. Pittman didn't hardly do anything. DJ Moore, 20 points. Yeah, looks like wide receivers for Todd ended up winning it for him. I think that's Todd's high score of the year. All right, the last game, Tomahawks versus Jeff. Jeff ended up playing Brock Purdy. Ended up being the wrong choice. He's going to be fighting that all year. Brock Purdy versus Lamar Jackson every single week. But he ended up winning anyway because DeAndre Swift did another good game at almost 14. Justin Jefferson got 20 points. The Seahawks D for 33. Wow. Oh, 18 for the kicker. Man, his special teams won the week for him there almost. Besides Justin Jefferson, special teams carried him. He'd probably lost. The other side, Jared Goff didn't do what you want for Dwayne. Raheem didn't do anything. Kyron Williams had a nice game, 25 points. Atwell, I don't like Atwell. Tank Dell didn't do what he's supposed to do either. Devon A-Chain, yeah, you gotta. That's another thing with that. You can't play both running backs. They're not going to do well every week, but Dwayne's going to be fighting himself every week too as to which one is going to do well. I would not. I mean, it's good to have good running backs, but when you have two of them from the same team, you're just going to be hurting yourself every week. I don't care for that situation. I have been in it before. All right, so let us look forward to this week. All right, so it is going to be me versus Dwayne. So predictions. I am actually going to predict myself to win this week. First time I've said that I am going to win. I should have already played Justin Fields. He got 43 points. I didn't put him in. But Anthony Richardson should do just fine. And then Christian McCaffrey we'll see what happens against Dallas. But I have faith in the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey. Montgomery have another good game. Tyreek Hill is going to go absolutely nuts against the Giants. Hopefully Christian Watson can get a touchdown against Las Vegas for me. I'm trying Jake Ferguson this week. We'll see how it goes. I'm having trouble at tight end. And then, yeah, I mean, it just all, I think I'll do well. Then on the other side, Jared Goff, he might have an okay game against Carolina. I think that Nico Collins is going to have trouble against Atlanta. Devon A-Chain might go crazy against the Giants. I think if Anthony Richardson, it's going to be an Anthony Richardson versus Jared Goff matchup, really, because that's going to be the thing. If Anthony Richardson does really well, I win, and I think that is going to happen. So we'll go with myself in that one. Next one, we have Scott versus Gina. Let's see what this looks like. So Tua is going against the Giants. That is trouble. Giants are terrible. Yeah, he's got C.J. Stroud on the other side, who is doing well, but C.D. Lamb is going against San Francisco. Yeah. Oh, Scott, you got to get that Browns defense out of there, buddy. They're on a bye, man. I'm going to have to contact Scott and let him know he's got a bye in there. All right, so yeah, I'm going to give it to Gina. I just don't think Scott's team. I think Scott's pulling it out by the skin of his teeth right now, and he already had Terry McLaurin do only 4.9 points for him this week. So, Gina, you get my nod this week. All right, Kirk versus Bill. Jalen Hurts versus Josh Allen challenge. This is interesting. I think that if any week that the Cincinnati is going to actually do well, it's going to be this week because they're playing Arizona. Garrett Wilson is playing Denver. That's another good reason. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I am going to give it to Kirk. Just because I think this is the week that Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase actually do something. That's my call. Kirk, go for it, please. I need help. All right. Now, Josh versus Sherry. Patrick Mahomes is going against Minnesota. That'll be an all right defense for him. Josh Jacobs, Green Bay, yeah. Not sure what Jonathan Taylor's going to do for Josh. Jordan Love should have an okay game against Las Vegas. James Conner will do okay. I don't like George Pickens against Baltimore. That's a tough matchup for Pickens. But Cole Kmet's also already kicked in a touchdown for Josh. So I'm gonna go away from the gross this week. I'm going with Josh to win that one as well, whether he likes it or not. He's my pick to win this week. And again, so sorry, Josh. All right, Todd versus Jeff. Jeff has spartaned up and put Lamar Jackson back in his lineup. He always does well against Pittsburgh. That's a good call. But on the other side, DJ Moore already with 46 points. That's a lot to come back from for Jeff. So just based off that alone, I'm going to give it to Todd this week because that's just a lot for him to overcome, for Jeff to overcome there. It's a lot of points starting off. So that reason alone, Todd's going to get the nod for me here. So, all right, that's my picks there. I'm going to grab Jude real quick and get him in here.
Jude. Hurry.
Sit up there. So you can see yourself. All right, get your friend.
Okay. I think that the Tomahawk's Tomahawk is going to beat Managitois.
What?
Dad. I think that Too Many Cooks will beat I Request Resort Queen Fant. I think that Hear My Team will beat. Never mind. I think that Arasha Cage Clan will beat Hear My Team. I think that Outrageous will beat Car 54, Where Are You? And I think that Just In Case will win over the Detonator. And that's been Jude's picks.
Can't believe you picked me to lose again. You should have learned your lesson the first time. All right, that's it. Good luck, everybody.